Good morning, Jason Moss here, and I'm super excited you're on this page watching this video. If you're a coach who is serious about growing your business, you want to make a bigger impact, you want to help more people, and you also want to make more money doing it in a way that feels good, in a way that feels aligned, in a way that allows you to experience the freedom that you actually want from running a business, instead of feeling stressed, instead of feeling a lack of clarity, instead of feeling overwhelmed, not sure what your next steps are when it comes to growing your business. This video is going to be super helpful for you, and I'm excited you're here because over the next however many minutes this video is, I'm going to be sharing with you the biggest lessons that I've learned through 18 plus years of building online businesses, through helping thousands of coaches, through building a coaching business personally that's now generating over $500,000 a year. This stuff really works. And it's easy to watch these videos and be like, this is just some internet marketing jumbo. But the truth is, I've seen these things work with literally hundreds of coaches that we work with. Coaches like Megan, who when I first started working with her, she was making $2,500 over the course of like 6 months. And through applying the roadmap that we teach, went from that place to making over $260,000 in a little over a year. And she was able to retire her husband because of it. And coaches like Zach, who went from inconsistent clients to making 10K plus a month, hitting his first $19,000 a month. And he recently told me he's never experienced financial success like this in his life. And I share this with you to let you know that this stuff does really work. And I've seen it work with so many incredible coaches who have so much to offer, yet are just missing clarity on the marketing of what they're doing. And once we literally just give them these tools and these pieces, many of the things I'm about to share with you in this video, things really change. And they're able to experience so much more of the freedom and the impact that they really want. And also the fulfillment that comes from getting to wake up every day and change people's lives and work with people that they know they can really help. And that's what I want for you. And that's why I'm excited to share this training with you today. So what are we going to talk about? Well, I want to share with you a 4-step roadmap that I've really discovered after, again, like 18 plus years of building online businesses. This was something that I did not have when I first got started, and I wish I would have had it earlier because honestly, marketing used to feel overwhelming for me. The process of growing a coaching business online used to feel overwhelming because I was unsure the right next steps to take. I had experienced some level of traction and success in my business, but it's like I'd go on my social media feed and it would just be like inundated with business coaches trying to sell me stuff. And everybody would have their, method and their process, and everybody would say, oh, you need this, you need that. And it just felt like noise. And, after a period of time, I just felt like I had my hand in so many different pots. I was trying so many different things, and webinars and funnels and ads and, YouTube and all these different things. And once I started to understand this 4-step framework that I'm going to share with you today, things got a lot simpler. So what is this 4-step framework? Well, when I look at the process of growing a business, and at this point, I've done this a lot, I found that there are 4 pillars that every successful coaching business has in place. And once you have these pillars in place, it becomes so much easier to attract the clients that you want consistently. It becomes so much easier to grow your business and increase your income. And if you don't have these pillars in place, you could be the best coach in the world. And I see this a lot with amazing coaches that reach out to us or work with us, and maybe they haven't dialed these things in yet. And so they're having a hard time, even though they're great at what they do. Their income's inconsistent. They're missing clarity. They feel like they're working too hard. It's like, I feel like I'm working so much, but I'm not actually experiencing the results that I want or the level of results that I want. Oftentimes it comes down to the fact that one of these 4 pillars or more than one of these 4 pillars is missing. So what are these 4 pillars? Well, I'm going to cover them in this video. The first, pillar number 1, is niche. And you probably know already that one of the most important things that you need to have in place in your coaching business is you got to know who your people are. You're not new to coaching. You've probably heard this before. But here's the thing. I work with a lot of coaches who are more established. And what I find is that even coaches who have been in the game for a while, a lot of them still are not 100% sure who their ideal clients actually are. Maybe their business is built largely on referrals or word of mouth. And if this is you, you can afford being a little bit murkier with your niche. But when it comes to actually starting to take control of your marketing and get to a place where you can own that process instead of just, waiting on referrals to come to you, I don't think referrals alone are a great business growth strategy. If you really want to own your marketing and take control and to have control of your lead flow, to know when your next client is going to come instead of just relying on people to send clients randomly to you, you got to know who your people are. You got to start showing up in a way that's speaking to them online, can attract those people in the door. And so a lot of coaches I talk to, more established coaches, are missing clarity on this piece. And if you are missing clarity on this, this is the biggest opportunity for you right now, because everything else in your business, your marketing, your sales process, your offers, you don't even know what to sell until you know who you're selling it to. A lot of coaches I see are building out offers, but they're not even sure who the offers are for. And so if you don't have clarity on this piece, this is literally the first thing we do with every single coach that I work with, other than some mindset stuff, is I take a look at their niche. We literally give them feedback personally. I walk through this whole process that we've built to help you get clear on your niche, because this literally is the foundation to your success as a coach. And once you have this in place, it becomes so much easier to attract the clients you want consistently. So this is step number 1. You got to get clear on your niche. Now, step number 2 is you got to have an irresistible coaching offer. The offer can make or break your business. And I see a lot of coaches who have been in the game for a while, but they're selling offers that just don't make sense for the specific stage that they're at. A big thing for a lot of coaches who have already been generating income, you get to a certain point where you kind of hit a cap with one-to-one, and generally you need to transition to a more leveraged type of delivery. So this could be a group program. This could be text message coaching. This could be a hybrid course / coaching model like we did when we were first transitioning into a group, where, we recorded some videos and then we did some, one-on-one coaching alongside that. So rather than me having to spend 12 hours on delivery for every client I work with, we could cut that down to 3 hours or 6 hours. So now I could increase my client base. And you see a lot of coaches who are just burned out from one-to-one, and they don't actually know that there are so many different other ways to structure things, or they've got some mindset blocks that are holding them back from being able to transition to group, which, one of which is like, people aren't going to get as good results. Often isn't the case. In fact, having a community aspect to what you do, being able to bring people together, oftentimes that can create better results, because there's a power and synergy that happens when people are surrounded with each other that is not possible when you're just working with someone one-to-one. So all this being said, the delivery model around your offer also needs to change typically as you grow your business. And there's so many other things we can look at in terms of offers inside our programs. When I work with coaches one-to-one, or, in the various different programs that we offer, this is a big piece that we help you with. So we're literally taking a look at your offer personally. I'm building that out with you as a team. We're based on all of the coaches that I've worked with, I'm literally able to say, okay, well, here's what's most successful for health coaches, or here's what I've seen to be most successful for career coaches or business coaches. So once you have this piece in place, it becomes so much easier to deliver great results and help your clients get great results, and also to do it in a way that doesn't sacrifice your freedom. You ever feel like you're working too hard for what you do? It's like, man, I feel like I'm spending all day on my business, but I'm only making $5,000 a month, or $10,000 a month, or whatever the number is. Oftentimes, one of the biggest things that needs to shift is the way you're delivering your offer. So that's number 2, offer. Number 3 is your audience. One of the best ways to grow your business, to attract more clients to you, is to build an audience online. You probably already know this as a coach who's typically been in the game for a bit. You've been doing this, maybe you've been posting on social media, or creating some kind of content. But most of the coaches I talk to who are not yet where they want to be, or maybe they're scaling up past that 6-figure mark, here's what's going on. Typically, when I look at what they're doing for marketing, they're practicing what I would call the spaghetti method. So we're throwing a bunch of things against the wall. There's no clear strategy. It's like we try a strategy and then we get discouraged when it doesn't work in like 3 weeks, and then we try something else. And so typically for most of the coaches I work with, when I look at their business, they're doing like way too many things, and they're not even sure, what the right things are to do, what things are going to be most effective for them. And so one of the biggest things we do is we pare things down. We simplify, we focus on, the few key things that are really going to move the needle. And then we build out like a solid marketing strategy, a plan to actually be able to attract the clients that you want. Now, every coach that I work with has a different marketing strategy. I'm not a big believer that, one size fits all. But what I have found is that every marketing strategy has 3 parts to it: grow, nurture, and invite. So when you're attracting clients and you're building your marketing strategy, you basically need to check these 3 boxes. Number 1, you need a way of growing your audience. You way of basically making it so that more new people in your niche know about you today than knew about you yesterday. So that's number 1. Number 2 is we need a way of nurturing those people. So we need a way of basically warming them up. Most people you meet on day 1 are not going to be ready to work with you. So we need a way of basically nurturing those relationships, building those relationships, building trust with those people over time. And then number 3, we need a way of inviting those people to apply, to work with you, to a sales conversation. And generally there's some kind of like conversion vehicle that we use to do that, whether that's master classes or training videos or, invitations and content. There's so many different ways we can do that. But we need some way of basically inviting people to work with you. And so those 3 things, grow, nurture, and invite, are a core part of any marketing strategy. We need to make sure those things are in place. And if they're not in place in your business right now, looking at those 3 areas and asking yourself, which of those needs the most work? This is probably one of the biggest game changers when you actually get this piece in place. This is, by the way, what allowed us to go from making, $5K a month, $10K a month, to making $60K a month, $70K a month, $100K months. This is literally like being able to dial in this piece in our business completely changed the game. It took me from a place where I was just feeling like I didn't know when my next client was going to come to a place where now I can, wake up every day and we have leads coming into our business on a daily basis. This is what happens when you have this piece in place. So that's number 3, making sure you've got your marketing and your audience growth strategy in place. And then number 4 is enrollment. This is another key pillar of any coaching business, which is basically, what are you doing to convert the people who reach out to you into clients? And most coaches I talk to maybe think they're actually doing a pretty good job here. Oftentimes, this is, sorry, there's a little bit of noise here. Got some craziness going on in the neighborhood. So, most coaches are like, I'm set on this. I'm pretty good at, sales calls or enrolling new clients. And the reason they typically think they're really good at this is because, if your business is based largely on referrals or people come to you already pretty warm, you kind of don't have to do that much on a sales call. But when your business is built, more online, and you've got people who are coming to you that maybe aren't as warm, this is when your sales chops and your enrollment strategy and the way that you actually, take people through that process can make a big difference. And, that can be the difference between you getting on a call with someone and, having a great hour-long conversation, and then they say, I need to think about it, versus getting to the end of that conversation and someone signing up to work with you and basically handing you $5,000 or $10,000 or, whatever it is. So there's a couple of things that typically happen here that need to change. Oftentimes it's just understanding the principles behind effective enrollment, being able to ask better questions. So much of sales is about asking the right questions. When you ask the right questions, you literally help people sell themselves. And you don't have to worry about being pushy or salesy. One of the biggest things that I hear from coaches is like, I want to sell in a way that feels authentic, in a way that doesn't feel like I'm like twisting people's arms. And I get it. I used to be a director of sales and was literally leading a sales team that was taking like hundreds of calls every single month. And, one of the things that we used to talk about quite a bit is like, how do we show up from a place of service here? How do we do this in a way that honors the relationship and the integrity of that, instead of trying to push someone into a yes that isn't ready? I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about selling in a way that honors that relationship, in a way that feels good to both people, and in a way that if someone is genuinely a good fit and you know that you can help them, they on that call signing up to work with you instead of delaying it and pushing it out and wasting time, which ultimately doesn't serve them either. So those 4 key pillars, niche, offer, audience, and enrollment, are really the foundation of what it takes to experience success in your coaching business. And you might ask yourself right now, which of those 4 pillars needs the most work for me? If you don't have all those 4 pillars dialed in, that's okay. Most of the coaches I work with, even coaches who are making above 6 figures, typically there's some stuff that needs to be shifted, and oftentimes you come back to these things as you grow, as you increase your client base, and things change. Our niche recently shifted. We used to work with a lot of coaches who are in the earlier stages of their journey, who are basically brand new coaches, and now we only work with coaches who are more established. So as that changes, okay, well, we got to revisit that. We got to revisit our niche. We got to revisit our offer. We got to revisit our audience growth strategy. So all of these things change as you grow and evolve in your business. And the most important thing is that you keep coming back to these things and keep refining and keep tweaking and keep optimizing as you go. Now, once you have these pieces in place in your business, things really shift and change. When you've got these dialed in, literally, this is the difference between feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, missing clarity, not knowing when your next client is going to come, feeling like your income's up and down, not getting to focus on doing the work that you really want to do, which ultimately is getting to wake up every day and help people, versus having a business that just feels a lot easier. In business, we don't have to stress. We have clarity where you know what you need to focus on a daily basis, and where you can wake up every day and have a calendar filled with calls from clients that you really love. Or if you don't want calls all day, maybe it's, I just run a group call, twice a week, and then I get to focus on doing what I really love, which, is maybe it's just hanging out with your family, or, having a good time, living your life, running a business that allows you to experience the freedom that you really want. That is what I want for you. And when I work with clients one-to-one or in our accelerator program, this is literally what we're doing. We're building this out together. So if you're a coach who wants help dialing these pieces in your business, if you're tired of messing around, watching free videos, you know that the best way to get to where you want to be is just to have a mentor in your corner who can help you speed this whole process up, who can literally give you the strategies that are most effective for marketing yourself, for growing your audience, give you feedback, take a look at your content, your messaging, your posts, just literally take a look at your business personally and be able to just map out, like, here are the shifts that you need to make. Instead of guessing, instead of wondering, instead of missing clarity, I want to help you with this. I mean, personally, it's a mission for me to see you and see the coaches that we work with succeed. I want to help people who are impact driven and who want to make an impact on the world and who want to help others. And so this is literally all we do every single day, is help coaches dial in their marketing and track more clients and grow their businesses. And if you are serious about that, if you're serious about getting that support, I'd love to open up a conversation about how we might be able to help. So there's a link down below this video to submit an application. Take a couple minutes, go fill that out. That will go directly to me, and I'll take a look through it personally. And if I think you're a good fit and I think we can help you, I'll reach out to you directly, and we'll have a no pressure chat about how we might be able to do that. And look, if I don't think you're the right fit, or if I don't genuinely think you'd be better off working with us, I'll do my best to point you in the right direction, and maybe another mentor or another free resource or something else that could be a better fit for you. So I'd love to open up that conversation with you. Go ahead and click that button down below, submit that application now, and I'm looking forward to taking a look through that and exploring how we might be able to help you. I will see you on the inside, and I hope you enjoyed this free training today.